Okay, pause for effect. Alright, hey everyone. I haven't done one of these for a while. I know I've just been like updating them once a week on Patreon, but if you guys had checked ahead of time, you would have seen on YouTube that they've all been up for probably like 2 months now. So a while back, I had a poll on my Patreon to see what you guys would be interested in like hearing me talk about, and there were two options, and this was the first of them. You guys wanted to see things about Castletown and Hyrule Castle itself. So I've already gone around and killed all of the guardians that would actually be in my way, which were like 20 of them. I was going around and I was like, oh my god, like how are there so many? Like let me see how many I killed. Okay, I had 30 arrows when I started, so I killed 23 guardians. Like, there were a ton of them, and I still didn't even kill all of them. I just killed the ones that I thought would be in my way. So, actually, I meant to do this before, but there, so you guys aren't bothered with all that other stuff, because I know where I'm going. So, obviously, when you walk through the gate, like, the gate is massive. Like, it is a very imposing sight, like, to see that you are entering the pride of Hyrule, like the main hub of everything that's here. But then you look inside and you realize how decimated it is. You can only imagine how amazing it must have looked 100 years ago. Like, we've seen in two memories in particular vague ideas of what Castletown would have looked like, mostly from like the gate and above. Like, we don't actually see like anything specifically about the town itself. We know that the buildings themselves were like a white gray, the roofs were blue. We know that there were mostly like small houses, but at the same time there were also buildings that were like a lot taller. I'm assuming stuff like back here you can see like remnants of what looks like it could be like a tower. I am not fully sure, but looks like some sort of archway that probably housed some sort of tower, maybe like an entrance post. I don't know, but it's just so unfortunate that like we can't tell anything. Like you can just see how many buildings there. Well, assuming that they're all buildings that there were, like. For some reason, there's East Castletown, but no West Castle. Oh, there is West Castletown. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Good to know. Okay. So we know that there's, like, Central Square, where the fountain is. Like, we know that that was probably, like, a main hub of Hyrule, and probably the buildings, like, directly around it were probably more expensive just because they were closer to the castle, closer to the Central Square. And there were also some more important things, like the Watchtower, the Cathedral, and the water reservoir, which, if you follow the path out by the water reservoir, it leads out to the prison, which I find interesting because there's also, like, the actual prison that's in the castle, like the jail. Anyways, it's just so unfortunate that we can only really see bits and pieces. Like, there must have been so much life here, and like in the memory that, or I shouldn't say the memory, in the rundown that King Rome gives at the very beginning when you finally figure out who he is and who the fuck you are and like what's happening, like we do see a little bit of Castletown then, where he says that the entirety of Hyrule, like Castletown and Hyrule Castle itself, were decimated, and like the civilization of Hyruleans like came to a complete end, which is so disappointing. Like they were so concentrated here, and then all of a sudden there was like none of them left, like after this one attack. I remember when the first trailer, like the first real trailer came out, that we could see the ruins of this fountain in particular. I remember thinking it looked so much like the fountain in Twilight Princess. I actually went back into Twilight Princess and was like actually looking at the fountain from one of the view towers where the Gorons are sitting, where you can like buy stuff for that ridiculous price. But I was like, oh my god, like it is a replica. It's really cool how they inserted certain things from it. But I know I'm rambling, but I always found Castletown to be really sad. Like, we know that there was so much life here, so much commerce flowing. It was the heart of Hyrule, basically, and it's so disappointing that there's nothing left, like other than like specific buildings or specific like names for certain things, like Central Square or the Castletown Watchtower, the Hyrule Cathedral. Like, we don't know what any of this is. Like, everything that I have is a guess of like what could be a shop compared to what could be a house compared to like what could be like a toll bridge. Like we don't know anything. So I'm actually going to start over with the cathedral, because I find it actually took me a really long time to find the cathedral, pardon me, because it's kind of so far out of the way. But it makes sense that Hyrule would have a cathedral, because like in Castletown, just because of like who they are. So I'm not sure if it's me, but it does kind of look like it's a little bit up on a hill, which is reminiscent of the Temple of Time in Ocarina of Time, although we do actually have Temple of Time on the plateau. Anyways, like, this cathedral is pretty massive. Like it is a good size. Like, I don't know if it was like standard Christian. I'm going somewhere with this, I swear. I'm almost wondering if, you know how like for Christianity, like those who believe in that religion go to church every Sunday morning. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if there was almost something like that with like Hyruleans, like with worshiping the goddess or worshiping Din, Feyor, Nehru, like whoever. Like, I'm almost wondering if there was that sort of culture with it. Like, aside from like Zelda and Rome, we don't really have anyone that really talks about believing in that sort of thing. Like, in one of the memories with the second DLC, like Urbosa does talk about how it's not in her memory, sorry, it's in her diary, how she doesn't believe in the goddess per se, that she prays to someone else for specific reasons. But like, there are goddess statues in each village or town that you go to, specifically in like the different tribes' of this land, which I find interesting, because it doesn't seem that all of them do worship or praise or whatever the goddess or whoever they want to worship. So I found it interesting that they did have goddess stones there. I mean, it was probably for us players, so we didn't have to like go to one specific spot to have access to a goddess statue. But I mean, still, like, they, like, even in, if you talk to certain NPCs, like, they'll talk about like how long this goddess statue has been here, like how they still keep it clean, how they still leave offerings for it, they give it flower crowns. Like, I just find it really cool that they, even if they don't necessarily worship it, it's so ingrained in their culture that they still have it and still keep it like well kept. So I'm wondering with the cathedral in general, that actually, like, the cobblestone in here is really nice. Like, I mean, obviously it's not right now, but like, I'm almost wondering if it was sort of like Christianity, where it was used primarily on, like, say Sundays or Fridays, like where people go to the cathedral and do their worshiping, have a mass or whatever. Like, I think that'd be really cool to explore, actually. Another place I actually want to talk about is the Watchtower. The Watchtower I actually found pretty quickly when I first started playing the game, because I immediately came to Hyrule Castle and Castletown, even though I definitely shouldn't have. Did I pass it? No, I'm not there yet. Oh shit. Sorry. Sorry, my beautiful trouble girl. Okay, we got this. We got this, guys. Hi, precious. What's up? Okay, this is the Watchtower. I love you so much, precious, but not right now. We're not gonna cuddle right now, but I love you. Okay, watchtower. No, go away. Go away, my love. Go, 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 go. God, I love this cat, but she's more stubborn than me. Okay. If we zoom in on the watchtower, it kind of like... You know what? The watchtower actually kind of confuses me looking at the ruins of it. Like, was it not? Like, did it go... is it a square? Like, do people pass through it through, like, an archway? Like, what? Oh, shit, Guardian. Ha ha ha! I'm not ready to face you. No, it is a triangle of or a square of a sort. I think. I don't really know, but I find it odd that this is here because, like, then there's stairs leading up into it. Well, like, why would they need a watchtower to begin with? Like, they're a very defensible city. Like, I don't think they would need this. Try me, motherfucker. I don't know. I guess I didn't really have anything planned for the watchtower, but I just find it interesting that they thought they needed something like this. Oh, shit. God, I hate Guardians. Have I ever mentioned that? Oh, and another funny thing. One of my friends from university, he and I played a lot of Breath of the Wild together when it first came out. His ringtone for me is actually the Guardian theme. Because whenever I texted him, it would usually be because I needed him to shut the fuck up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I would usually text him or his girlfriend to be like, yo, guys, it is 4 a.m. We have class in 4 hours. Can you shut up? So apparently he always found my text really threatening. Not really. I'm usually a sweetheart to him, except for when I'm grouchy with him. And he, what, precious? What? Just Nofi, I'm sorry. If you hear my cat meowing, she just wants my attention, apparently. But yeah, so his ringtone for me is the Guardian theme, and I still don't appreciate that. It's literally been like a year and a half, and it's still the theme. Anyways, okay, that's pretty well all I have on Castletown. So now we're going to try heading to Hyrule Castle itself, which I have spent a lot of time at Hyrule Castle trying to piece together like where everything is and where everything... Trouble, what are you doing, baby? What are you... The door was open! I've spent a lot of time at Hyrule Castle trying to piece together where everything is, where everything connects, and how it would have looked back then. So, like, my first thought was when you come up to this, which, I mean, I'm usually running to try to, like, get away from Guardians at this point. But, like, this scene right here is super imposing. Like right up there, where the arrows are sparkling, which means I haven't done that Korok yet. Oh, what is that? That is the overlook? I know there's that moblin there, and there's that big Loftwing statue. You know what? We're actually going to try to find that. But anyways, like, it's very imposing when you're, like, riding up and that's all you see. Oh, I'm going to get hit by a Guardian. Whoo! Whoo! I did not think that was going to work so well. Okay. And it's interesting that when you're riding up the path, you have to come through the gatehouse, which, I mean, it's smart. It's a good thing to do. But it also seems really intimidating for, like, anyone who wants to come in here. Like, there are multiple paths to get into the castle. Like, this is just, like, the main path. Oh, good, I did actually kill the Lionels. I wasn't sure for a second. I couldn't remember if I had a blood moon since doing that or not. Like, can you imagine how this would have all looked 100 years ago? Like, if there isn't, like, you know, fucking malice everywhere? Like, this must have been absolutely beautiful. Like, looking up at the castle with, like, the waterfalls flowing down, like, over... Where is the gazebo? There would have been a gazebo right between here and Zelda's tower. Like the royal gardens were up there. I can't remember exactly what was down there. That leads down to the staircase, which leads to the lookout. Actually, lookout. That's what I was doing. Oh boy, that's a lot of malice. Okay. Oh boy. Why does it always rain when I want to climb? Why does the game hate me like this? Okay, where is the... That's a road. Oh, that's this road. Oh, yay, it's stopping raining. You know what, Mr. Guardian? No. Please, no. Whew. Damn it! I forgot. I have to go out from the inside. Alright. Well, I may as well get this Korok on here. Sweet. He's probably gonna make me drop on my face, but that's okay. We got this. We got this. We got this. Oh boy. Wow, that was fun. Okay, now I gotta work back up. Here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah! Okay. I did not think that was gonna work. Okay. We got this. Like, can you imagine standing up here and looking out at Hyrule, like, you know, without the pillar thingy, but, like, looking down at Castletown and looking out over Hyrule, there's a rainbow! That's gay. Sorry. Why did that the first thing that I said? That was terrible. Okay. Like, it's just so pretty looking down at this, except, you know, all the destruction and all that. But I really wish that, you know, the Guardians would destroy everything. Like, imagine what this would have looked like 100 years ago. It must have been absolutely breathtaking. Like, just looking at the ruins doesn't give you the same appreciation for what must have been here all that time ago. Like, you can see all the way over to, like, fucking Gerudo Tower. Not that it would have been there 100 years ago, but, like, ugh, I love this game so much. Okay. Hyrule Castle, let's talk about that. I'm gonna, yep. Thought so. Come here, Trouble. We're actually gonna take the scenic route. Loop all the way around the castle. Oh shit. That works. Oh, I can get in this way. But anyways, like, every aspect of this castle was, like, meticulously planned. Like, just looking at... You don't see me, what are you talking about? Like, looking out at Hyrule Castle from anywhere, it's amazing. And, like, just looking at the architecture is amazing. Like, this place was built from a fucking rock. Like, and they use everything to their advantage. Like, being able to build from the rock. Like, one of the places that I find really cool about Hyrule Castle in particular is how the library is built out of the wall. Well, that worked well. Wow, how is it still standing? Trouble, what are you doing? We were on a path. How is that Guardian even... Okay. I'll roll with it. Like, they totally monopolize every aspect. Really? I keep getting distracted. This is a really bad day to do any sort of filming. Like, they... Like, look at it, look at the Sanctum. Like, it's sitting on top of, like, some weird precarious rock, and then down below here is where we battled Calamity Ganon. It's probably where he was being housed for 10,000 years. Like, it's... Like, they were able to completely monopolize every aspect of this hunk of rock that they picked to house their castle. Like, can't remember. Oh, this leads down to the library. Like, how the fuck did someone look at this and was like, yeah, this could lead down to the library? Like, that's amazing. And, like, this archway here, like, who would have thought that having windows to look out through the rock and hope no one jumped would be a good idea. Like from Hyrule Castle, you can see almost every aspect of Hyrule. Like over there is like Terbentha. You can see Rito Village from here. Like it's simply amazing. Like how this game you can see anything from anywhere. Like I remember being floored when you were on the plateau in the very beginning of the game, like watching, like looking around for that fourth shrine, which for me was up in the in that frozen region. Like to be able to see everything. Like I saw the giant horse before I realized that it was like an actual quest that we would get to do. Like, and I saw Divine Beast Van Meadow, like, way before I even knew that I would be battling these divine beasts, or, like, what their purpose was. Like, another thing I always find really cool is, like, the amount of birds they have managed to put everywhere. Like, there's 4 of them on this building. Like, that's amazing how they managed to shove 4 of them on this one building. But, like, I know I probably sound like a crazy rambler, but seriously, like, it's just so unfortunate that this amazing fortress is now completely overrun by guardians. Oh shit. Sorry, Trouble. I'm usually so much better at controlling you. And, like, coming up to the sanctum here, like, that is a hell of a silhouette. Like, walking between... I just got spotted. Yep. We'll come back. Wow, I have no idea how I missed that. Sweet. Okay. I will actually have to kill that guardian because he will be in my way. It's gonna be 24 guardians, guys. It's too far away to do this with. No! Seriously? Finally! This has been... Making this video has been fantastic for upgrading all of my stuff because I'm still working on upgrading everything, and a lot of it requires Guardian parts, and this has been fantastic for that. Well, that didn't go well. Ooh! Nice! I've apparently never killed this one before. You don't see me. What are you talking about? Okay. Try this again. Looking at the silhouette that walking up the pathway gives. At this point in time, I am actually working on doing the final DLC memory from the second DLC, the one where everyone is inaugurated in. And I'm actually at a point where Lance is just walking into the sanctum after talking with Shiro, probably right about where I'm actually standing. And I'm having a hell of a time doing all of this describing because, like, just look at how amazing this is. Like, this is Hyrule Castle. Like the 2 birds, like, watching over you as you're walking in, the bird, like, staring down at you as you're walking up the path, almost like this, like, thing of justice. Like, it's incredible. I'm gonna put this on my knee so I don't move it around while I'm talking. Okay. Maybe I should actually put it down. Yes, I know that's Trump. That's my horse. Thank you. Like, there's another 2 birds, like, over that archway that you have to walk through the main entrance to the sanctum. Like, this is amazing. Like, this would have been a perfect silhouette and, like, kind of awe-inspiring as you're walking up to it. Like, it's so unfortunate that you can literally see spires of, like, malice erupting from it. Like, I don't really have words. Like, I've been staring at that silhouette for quite a while trying to like describe it for my fic, and it's too much. Like, I remember when I was trying to do the Temple of Time, like, I couldn't, like, the Temple of Time is one of my favorite spots in Hyrule, and I was just, like, struck speechless while looking at it. So I ended up writing that Keith was also the same. Like, there was never a true description of the Temple of Time for that reason, because I didn't feel like I could describe it well enough. And I think that's probably going to be the case with the castle as well, because, like, look at it. Like, it's amazing, and it was designed so beautifully and designed to be awe-inspiring, which it is. So that's pretty well all I have planned for this video, guys. I mean, I know there wasn't a whole lot, but to be fair, there's not a whole lot to go off of with Castletown or the castle anymore. Like, a lot of it is just me looking at how cool certain aspects of it are, because that's all that there is left. Like, wrong thing. Like, looking at the castle, like, I mean, sure, there's a lot of stuff inside the castle that we could look at, but I feel like that'd be a whole other video for me to talk about. I mean, if you guys are interested in me talking about some of the interior aspects of the castle, I am more than willing to do that. But at this point in time, with me combining, like, looking at Hyrule Castle and Castletown, like, I feel like that's probably enough for today's video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Actually, I'm gonna film the next video, which talks about where I think each of the divine beasts were dug up. Right now, once I get my shit together and kind of fully decide on where I think that all of them were found. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye now.